Excellent. Well, good evening. It's really lovely to see everybody, whether you're gathered on Zoom or you're watching on Facebook live, or whether you're catching up on the rehearsal later on. It's really, really good to have you with us. So this is the first rehearsal on "Come, Ye Thankful People, Come," and I'm hoping this evening that we should comfortably cover it all, I would think. And if we're blessed with time, I might just get a little kind of heads up, little head start on Love Divine as well, the good old version, his setting of it, which is a really beautiful setting if you've not come across it before. It's got some other challenges along the way for us, chorally speaking, so that's going to be good to get our teeth into. But first of all, we've just been saying hello to one another on Zoom. But I quite liked if you joined us for the last rehearsal, I quite liked Craig's double-handed wave. That was quite a handy thing. So should at any point we need to get my attention, do a double-handed wave. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, it's not going to work, I'm afraid. You can wave all you like. But there we go. Does anybody want to say hello to anybody? I know we've been sharing a few hellos already.
This is Susie. I'm calling from Durham, and I'd like to say hello to Sian, who is currently in the middle of my screen.
Hey, fantastic. Lovely.
Oh, hang on. Hello, Susie and Sharon.
Yeah, hi, Sharon.
Lovely. Excellent. Oh, it's so lovely when we kind of gather and suddenly see old friends and new friends alike. So before we get started then, I just wanted to say thank you. I'm just going to mute everyone for a moment. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who sent in a video for "Oh Lord, the Clouds Are Gathering." I'm nearly there with the editing, and it's sounding really, really wonderful. So thanks to everybody who sent in a video for that. Graham has sent a message for me to share with you all. So I just thought I'd share that now.
Hi everybody, I'm Graham Kendrick. I just wanted to say hello and how pleased I am to be joining the choir for this song, especially at a time like this. "O Lord, the Clouds Are Gathering" is a song of lament and longing. Lament for a broken world, for our part in its brokenness, but also a prayer of longing because there is hope of healing and renewal. In fact, that hope shone out of my reading this morning from Isaiah in chapter 9, which says, "And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace, there will be no end." We sing because Christ is our hope and the hope of the ends of the earth, even in darkest times. So let's pray that our singing together carries that hope to hearts far and wide. God bless.
I thought it was a really, really lovely message from Graham, and really good of him to send that. And he's sounding really fantastic, and yeah, so I can't wait to share the video with you, which will be towards the end of the week. I'm sorry I can't be specific. It kind of depends how quickly I get editing, really. But I'll let you know with a little bit of advance warning exactly when that's going to go out. But it'll be ready in advance of Peace Sunday, which is this coming Sunday. So right, that's enough talk from me for now. Shall we get ourselves warmed up? Hopefully you can all hear the piano. Good, getting some nods, and you can all hear me okay as well. So we're just going to start with a really gentle hum and just going to sing a hum like this. Let's try that. Good. Now, as you're humming, I'd just like you to chew at the same time. One more. Good, we're going to go down a gentle scale, just still sticking with the hum for a moment. As we go down the scale, I'd like to think about the sound coming out the crown of the head. With lovely bright eyes. 2, 3. This time to an ooh, and a lovely round, warm ooh, and one more. Okay, good. And you get the lips moving a little now. And just sing, please. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Good. We've had mama, so we should ought to have dada too as well, please. Da 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 3. Da 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 da. Okay, good. This time, and nana. So it's a bit Midlands, isn't it? Na 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 na. Good, we're going to get our Father Christmas on now. Change to a ho ho ho. Ho 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 Oh, do you know, in many ways, I really love rehearsing on Zoom. It's not often in a choir rehearsal do I get to watch as a singer battles with a cat in front of her. It's yeah, that's well done, Samantha. It's well coped with there.
It's normal. I battle with it daily. I've got 2 dogs as well.
Okay, lovely. Well, there's a little round I thought we might delve into today. I'll share the words with you. And I can't tell you the provenance of this round. It's a little daft. There we go. And simply goes like this. To sing as sweetly as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Use diaphragm, breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree. There we go. So let's give that a go together, shall we? To sing, 2, 3. To sing as sweetly as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Use diaphragm, breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree. And again. To sing as sweetly as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Use diaphragm, breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree. Once more, this time I want you to concentrate on the line of this. So we're going to sing it with, in fact, we'll sing it once, just to the tune, but only to an R. So only on the R vowel. R, 1 and. Great. Now, we're going to be brave. We're going to try and sing the text, but no consonants. Only the vowels. So, ooh, ee, ah, ee, ah, ee, ah, ee, oh, ee, ah, ooh, ah, ah, ee, oh, ee, ah, ee, ah, ee. All the best. Now, depending how successful you were with your vowels there, what I'd like to do is to still think about singing the vowels of this lovely long line of sound coming out of the mouth, but we're just going to pop on the pegs of the consonants. So the vowels are continuous sound, but we're just going to add the consonants on the top. So it's not breaking up the line, but just kind of being placed on the top of the line. To sing as sweet, 1 and. To sing as sweetly as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Use diaphragm, breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree. Great. Could you? I'd like to think of a number between 1 and 4. Okay. So once you've got your number between 1 or 4. Then that will guide as to which part you're going to sing. I'm going to play a recording, and we'll do this in a 4-part round. So depending on what number you've sung, you'll either go first, second, third, or fourth. I'll bring you in as we go. If you're the first part, good choice. You get to sing this 4 times in total. So if you're ready with part number 1. To sing as sweetly as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Use diaphragm, breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a Part
tree.
1 again, and.
To sing as
Part 2.
sweetly as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree.
Part 2.
As sweetly
Part 3.
as a bird, imagine your King George the Third. Breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree.
Part 1.
To sing as sweetly as a bird, use diaphragm, breathe in for 3, and think on upwards like a tree.
Lovely. Well, hopefully we're all feeling warmed up and ready to go. So Zoom wouldn't be Zoom without cats. I'm reading, and children. Yes, it's lovely. Lovely to see both cats and children coming together there. So I'm going to share this music for you now of "Come, Ye Thankful People, Come." Now, this is a really quite exciting arrangement. It's got a real fanfare quality. And I'm just so pleased that Gerard Brooks, who is the current president of the Royal College of Organists and also the music director at Methodist Central Hall, Westminster, is going to be playing the organ for us. So it's great to be able to sing with that magnificent organ at this time when we couldn't. I don't think worship's in the hall happening in the hall yet, so it's nice to be able to get in ahead and have a nice have a sing with the organ there. And so this arrangement is quite bombastic in many ways, and I hope you're going to really enjoy singing this. I'm going to share on the screen the music for you. And to start with, I thought it might be worth just having a bit of a read through the music, and I'll play a recording of it to give you an idea, and then we'll go back and we'll work on it in a little bit of depth. But just to give you a bit of an overview to start with. So you have to excuse the slightly MIDI-tastic sounds here. I should add, this is not the Central Hall organ yet, nor is it Gerard playing, but which will be very obvious when you hear it. Okay, so there's a bit of a flavour of it. As you can hear, it's got some real character to it, and I think it's going to work so well. Let me just get the screen share back for you. Okay, so here, we'll have a little look again from the very beginning, and as you no doubt heard. Actually, the start's very straightforward, because we're all just singing in unison here. Come. Come, ye thankful people, come. Let's have a go singing in unison together from the very beginning. Come and come, ye thankful people, come, raise the song of harvest. Good. Now, the first thing to mention is you can see this dotted slur just as an encouragement not to take a breath at that point. So we want to really make sure we're taking a good breath, and then to really let everybody know that we're not breathing where we could be breathing, we're just going to slightly warm up the sound of the word come. So, come, ye thankful people, come, raise. So let it just kind of flourish during that note. 2, 3. Come, ye thankful people, come, raise the song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in ere the winter storms begin. God our Maker doth provide for it to be supplied. Come to God's own temple, come, raise the song of harvest home. Now, the couple of little changes, or unexpected moments, there's one significant change, is bar 19, where harvest is twice as long as we would sing it in the hymn normally. Raise the song of harvest home. Just do that once, and raise the song of harvest home. Good. And the other thing to mention is in bar 16 and 17, there's quite a small text. I don't know if you can see that. But come to God's own temple, come. We might have congregationally sung a slightly different version with the short notes as passing notes, but they're not actually written like that. Certainly not in this arrangement. So, come to God's own temple, come. And we just want to be extra careful there, because it can end up a bit splashy if we're not careful. So, come to God's 2, 3. Come to God's own temple, come, raise the song of harvest home. Okay, good. Any questions so far? Give me a wave if... Okay, excellent. I think everyone's happy. In which case, we'll just try that first verse.
Sorry, can I just say there's a guy called Philip Bailey who's been waving like mad.
Thank you very much. Yeah, great. Because when I'm sharing the screen, I can't see you all, so that's really helpful. If you let me know if there is anybody. Phil, let me see if I can find you.
All right, it's okay so far, but it's when you go into harmony that we can't see the bass line. I've got a black line with chat and save screen, record, and reactions. So
Honestly, okay. I'll try my best to see if I can help with that, Phil. But for now, so we'll see when we reach the harmony moment how that is.
If your mouse away from the back bar, does it disappear?
There we go. Some Zoom knowledge coming in.
The mouse is well away from anywhere.
I've got the mouse, the pointer, and also go onto full screen. It should help you.
Brilliant, thank you. Experience there. Okay, so let's try. Well, Phil has a play. Let's try this first verse. Come, ye thankful, and here's the introduction, the MIDI introduction instead of the organ introduction, which you will be hearing. 2, 3. Come, ye thankful people, no breath. Raise a song of harvest home. On safely long phrase. God, our Maker, doth provide. Okay, excellent. Right, let's have a look at some of this harmony writing now. So, sopranos to start with. You are on the tune. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. So you can hear there's just that little moment at the end there where it moves to a kind of descant idea, or some harmony at least, there, sopranos. All the world, 2, 3. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Just pick up from wheat and tares. Wheat and tares, 2, 3. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Okay, good. Going to jump to the basses from this moment at bar 22 at the top of the page. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. So reasonably athletic here, basses. And again, and. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Let's try the second phrase again. Wheat and tares. 2, 3. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Great. All the way through basses, just put that all into context. All the 2, 3. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Okay. Tenors. Let's have a look at your part. He's starting on a C, and for everybody you'll notice it says mezzo forte, so moderately strong, and legato, so we want to try and sing this as smooth as we can, so there's lovely long lines. All the world is 2, 3. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. As it's the second half of that phrase, fruit unto his praise to yield. Tenors, let's go from all the world and all the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Great. And the second half, wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Once more, tenors. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. Great. Hopefully everyone's happy so far. I'll give you a moment to shout at me if you need me to go back over anything. But for now, altos, let's have a look at your part. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Little cheeky C sharp at the end there. See that again, altos. And all the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Then you're going back up to the D4. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrows grown. So look at unto joy or sorrows grown. Unto joy or sorrows grown. And again. unto joy or sorrow's grown. And finally, altos, put that into context from wheat and tares. Wheat and wheat. Unto joy or sorrows grown. Okay. Now, does anybody want me to look over anything again? Double-handed wave. I'm just kind of scanning along through everybody. Excellent. Looks like we're all happy. We'll try it once with the piano, and then we'll try it with the recording. So soprano, alto, tenor, bass, 1 and 2. Oh. Okay, great. So let's have a go doing that with the recording. I'll just rewind a little bit. So this is the end of the first verse, hopefully. Will take us into the second verse. One and okay, all happy so far? Excellent. So sopranos, you're here we go. You have first the blade, and this is we kind of pass the tune and pass the melody from the sopranos and altos onto the tenors and basses as we turn the page. You can see tenors and basses kind of take over. So to begin with, sopranos and altos, or sopranos specifically, have first the blade and let's do that again, went the wrong way. First the blade and then the. Now there's a little tie going into a tied quaver at the beginning of bar 32. We'll just stop singing bang on the bar line, but it's just an encouragement really to sing all the way up to the bar line there. First the blade and then the. That's the idea. And altos have first the blade and then the. And it's quite fanfare-like really in the writing here. First the blade and then the. One last time for fun, altos. First the blade and then the. So together with sopranos, soprano, alto, and first the blade and then the. And then tenors take over with the tune. Then the full corn shall appear. But notice here, your peer tenors and basses when you get there is shorter than the soprano and alto's ear. Then the full corn shall appear. I'm going to say that breath, and basses have. Then the full corn shall appear. Then the full corn shall appear. And again. Then the full corn shall appear. Lovely. Sopranos and altos get us going. From first the blade, and tenors and basses will carry on from that moment. And first the blade, and then the tenors and basses. Okay, then we all come in together for the affirmation of the final phrase of this verse. And sopranos beginning on the tune here. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. Okay, Okay, I'm sure I don't need to do that again for now. Altos. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. Now, altos, if you particularly can crescendo through your long pure, notice altos and tenors here have a different rhythm to sopranos and altos. Pure may be. Okay, altos. Let's go again from Lord of Harvest. And Lord of Harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. Okay, good. Tenors. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. It's quite a nice part here, tenors. Let's do that together. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. And finally, the basses. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. Let's go again. And Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be. Okay, we're going to go back to the. In fact, I'll just double check. Is there anything there that anybody wants me to cover again? Do you shout if so? Excellent. Okay, so let's try the whole of that verse with the tracks together. So here's a bit of the end of the first verse, and then we'll go into the second verse together. Okay, so we've reached the modulation moment. At this point, I'm expecting everybody to stand up on their stools, from their stools, for the big pop C modulation. Tenors, you're quite triumphant here. Even so, Lord, quickly come. So triumphant that we might even invite the altos to join with us there too. So let's try that with the altos and the tenors singing. Even so, Lord, quickly come. Good. And basses have. Even so, Lord, quickly come. Let's try tenors and basses together. And. Okay. And then the sopranos take over the tune once more. But I'm going to continue with the tenors and basses for a moment. Basses have to thy final harvest home, to thy final harvest home. So you've just been singing a high C, a middle C, on the word come. And then you're jumping down the octave to 2. So the whole of that top line for basses is even so, Lord, quickly come to thy final harvest home. Now I can imagine that when we come to sing the A on harvest, if we're not careful, we might have quite a few different versions of that note. to thy final harvest home. Okay. Tenors, you've got a bit of a jump after your quickly come. So you go down to a G. To thy final harvest home. Do that again. To thy final harvest home. Tenors and basses, let's go together from Even So, Lord, Quickly Come. And the altos are going to join us for the first 2 bars of that line. So, tenor and alto, basses, 1 and 2, and... Okay. Sopranos. To thy final harvest home, as you'd expect, and altos have to thy final harvest home, to thy final harvest home. Let's do that once more. I'll watch the C on harvest. To thy final harvest home. So we're going to go all together from Even So, Lord, Quickly Come, to thy final harvest home. Tenor and alto, bass, 1 and 2. Okay. All happy so far? Okay. Sopranos, let's carry on with you for a moment. Gather thou thy people in, free from sorrow, free from sin. Gather thou thy people in, free from sorrow, free from sin. Good. Now, for everybody, you'll just notice there's a slight difference between a top line where it's marked poco marcato, so you're going to feel weight on each note on the top line, and then unison legato, so we're going to feel this very smooth all the way through the second line. So we want to have a bit of a change of character there. Altos, gather thou. Gather thou thy people in, free from sorrow, free from sin. All the way down there. Gather thou thy people in, free from sorrow, free from sin. Tenors and basses, the unison's really intended for you particularly here. As you are singing together on the one part. Gather thou thy people in, free from sorrow, free from sin. And again. Gather thou thy people in, free from sorrow, free from sin. Good, okay. Let's do that much together from the top of the page. So alto and tenor, bass, 1 and 2. Okay, now sopranos, you've got this wonderful moment coming up, but you've got 2 bars off to prepare yourself for it. As the altos sing, therefore ever purified, and tenors have, and therefore ever purified. So almost the same, just to separate on the final note. So let's do that together, tenors and altos. Therefore ever purified, and basses, and therefore ever purified, therefore ever purified. Together, alto, tenor and bass, and I'm going to continue with the altos for a moment. In thy presence to abide. So you're still on the tune there, altos. Let's just sing once, altos, the whole of the bottom line. There forever. There forever purified, in thy presence to abide. Okay. Tenors, we'll have a read of your part together. There forever purified, in thy presence to abide, to abide. Cheeky moment there. In thy presence to abide. And basses, let's have a read of your part as well. There forever purified, in thy presence to abide. Good, let's do that once more, basses. There forever purified, in thy presence to abide. So we've got altos, tenor, basses, there forever, and okay. Sopranos, it's distinctly a descant here. In thy presence to abide. Oh. Now the O is an important moment here. In thy presence to abide. Oh. So we're really aiming for the O. Let's try that together, sopranos. In thy prayer and one. In thy presence to abide. Oh. Now, sopranos, how are we all feeling? I haven't heard from you for a little while, so let's say hello properly as participants. Invite you to unmute. How are we all doing with those higher notes there, sopranos? All happy?
It's all right. Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Thumbs up. Anything anybody wants me to go back over that we've looked at so far? Excellent. Well, the silence seems like good news, I think. In which case, I'm going to crack straight on. But what I'd like to think about, sopranos, is on this top F, for the sound to be coming out the crown of the head. And it's like the sound's coming direct from the diaphragm and straight up. And rather than coming out the front of you through your mouth, but is just going straight upwards. In thy presence to abide up. So the direction of the travel in an upwards direction here. In thy prayer, I'll surprise once more. In thy presence to abide up. That's it. Now I'm going to go the page because you really continue the O. Oh, come with all thy angels, come. So we'll I won't move the page back, but oh come, sopranos, one and oh come with all thine angels, come. Okay. Altos, you have come with all thine angels, come. Come with all thine angels, come. Tenors have come with all thine angels, come. And just watch out, there's no cautionary accidental written in, but angels is, you see, natural. Come with all thine angels, come. And again. Come with all thine angels, come. And basses. Come with all thine angels, come. So bass and tenor together, and gonna add the altos as well. So alto, tenor, bass, and finally add the sopranos as well. But the sopranos are going to sing that extra note. Oh, come. Oh, one and two. Oh, Okay, good. Well done. We're on the home straight now as the sopranos continue with Raise the glorious harvest home. And a full 7 beats on home. Raise the one and sopranos. Raise the glorious harvest home. Altos. Raise the glorious harvest home. And for everybody, it's 7 beats on the home there. Altos. Raise the and. Raise the glorious harvest home. Okay, good. Tenors. Raise the glorious harvest home. And if you could make your step up to the D a really big step, much bigger than the one I sang, that'd be really super. And raise the glorious harvest home. And basses. Raise the glorious harvest home. Once more. Raise the glorious harvest home. And our final 3 notes of the whole piece, basses. Amen. And tenors. Amen. Altos. Amen. You're there for a very long time. And sopranos. Amen. So all sing the amens together. Soprano and tenors on the same note. Alto, bass. 1 and 2. Okay, well done, everybody. As I say, the men is a very, very, very long note. So when you come to record this, do feel free to stagger. Now, the staggers are going to feel really weird when you're just by yourself and it's not really staggered. But what I mean by that is feel free to take a breath and then come back in again. So you may well sing, Amen. And just breathe as often as is necessary, ready for that long note. We're just going to try singing this all the way through from the very beginning with the recording. So here we go. Here's the 3-bar, traditional 3-bar introduction. 2, 3.
Be
everyone. Great stuff. Excellent. Well, hopefully that has been a helpful run through that, giving you a good idea of what's to come. Let me unmute. Excellent. Any questions? All happy?
Good.
Marvelous stuff. That's I'm so delighted to see you all, and thanks so much for coming and singing. It's been really lovely. I thought we could just finish with, I'm aware it's 3 minutes to 8, and I like to finish when I'd say, but the Love Divine is about 5.5 minutes, so I might slightly overrun by 2.5 minutes to have a quick sing through Love Divine. And I'll play the recording to sing along to, but you'll see the music on the screen for you to join with. But hopefully that just gives us an opportunity to be able to revisit, for you to revisit this if you'd like to in advance. And let me just find, there we go, the recording of it. I'll just quickly share the music on the screen. We'll be good to go.
Don't forget popcorn.
Don't forget popcorn. It's wise advice.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. And there's a bit of an introduction before you start. It'll be very obvious. Sopranos and altos. Sopranos and altos. Broad.
Son of me.
So that's going to be a real treat, I think, when we come to do it. So I hope, I hope you're going to enjoy diving into these 2 pieces over the next couple of months. Over the next week or so, I'll try and get up. It'll probably be the start of next week, actually, in truth. I'll try and put up the run-through recordings for you for Come Be Thankful People Come, so you've got a good idea of those individual parts. And with a little bit of luck, we might hear a bit of the organ next week as well, which will be a treat. So thank you all so much. It's been really lovely to see you. Should we finish by sharing... Oh, there's a double-handed wave, Samantha, sorry. Oh, you're just muted.
Is it possible to have the music? It's much easier, to follow it if we've actually got a copy of the music.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll pop a link on for the music, and I'll make that clear on the members page on the website. Okay. Lovely. Shall we close by sharing a chaotic grace? May the grace our Lord
Jesus Christ,
love
of God,
and the fellowship
be with us all
forevermore.
Amen.
Amen.
Lovely. Thanks so much, everyone. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.